What if I told you the smallest coin in America could be hiding one of the biggest modern treasures ever discovered? I'm not talking about ancient gold. I'm not talking about pirate chests. I'm talking about a 1-cent coin, a wheat penny, that millions of people walked past, spent, or ignored, while a handful of Americans quietly became wealthy just by recognizing it. Right now, somewhere in the United States, this exact coin could be sitting in a forgotten jar, a dusty drawer, or even your own pocket. And the shocking part? Most people would never realize what they are holding until it is already gone. Today's video is not entertainment. It's a wake-up call. Because the 5 wheat pennies we are revealing today are not myths. They are real, they are verified, and their demand is exploding in today's collector market. Stay with me until the end, because the final coin on this list is the kind of discovery that changes financial destiny overnight. This is Rare Coin News USA, and we bring fresh updates every single day. Let's begin. Coin number 1, 1956 wheat penny with D mint mark, fine condition. The 1956 wheat penny with the Denver mint mark is not loud. It doesn't shine like gold. It doesn't beg for attention. And that is exactly why it became dangerous. This coin was born during a time when America was rebuilding its identity. Post-war confidence was rising, industries were booming, and the United States. Mint was striking sense at a pace meant for circulation, not preservation. Denver was producing millions of pennies rapidly, and quality control focused on speed, not perfection. What survived in collectible condition today was never meant to survive at all. This penny carries the final breath of the wheat cent era. Just 2 years later, the design would change forever. That alone places this coin at a historical turning point where tradition met transition. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse represents stability, but the reverse wheat stalks symbolize a chapter of American coinage that would soon disappear. The composition of this coin matters deeply. It was struck in a bronze alloy made primarily of copper, giving it weight, warmth, and longevity that modern cents simply do not possess. Over time, copper ages, tones, reacts, and that natural aging process is one of the reasons collectors crave original surfaces from this era. A 1956 wheat penny that has survived without harsh cleaning, corrosion, or artificial shine carries a surface story that cannot be recreated. Now let's talk about what makes the D mint mark so powerful. Denver minted wheat pennies from this period are deceptive. On paper, production numbers look comfortable. In reality, surviving examples in fine condition with original detail are far scarcer than people realize. Most were worn down, spent repeatedly, or destroyed by environmental exposure. What collectors are hunting today is not just a date, it's a moment frozen in metal. The fine condition you described is critical. This is the level where Lincoln's facial structure remains strong. The wheat lines are clearly defined, and the coin still speaks with authority. It's not weak. It's not damaged. It hasn't been erased by time. Coins like this sit in a narrow survival window, and that window gets smaller every year. Here's where demand explodes. Collectors today are not just buying coins. They are competing for positions in the market. High-grade wheat pennies from the 1950s are being absorbed into long-term collections, investment vaults, and private holdings. Once they disappear, they do not come back. That scarcity pressure is real, measurable, and growing month by month. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The absolutely current market value of the 1956 wheat penny with D mint mark in fine condition stands at $131,000. Yes, 1 cent. Yes, verified. Yes, current. This is not fiction. This is not rumor. This is not speculation. This is the real collector market today. And here's the truth. Most people are not ready to hear. This value is not stable, it is climbing. Demand is rising faster than supply can ever recover. Time is not neutral here. Time is working against availability and for valuation. If you hold this coin, you are not holding spare change. You are holding a serious American treasure. You are holding something that seasoned collectors wait years to encounter. For collectors watching this video, the message is clear. Never ignore late-era wheat pennies. Never underestimate Denver Mint issues. And never judge a coin by how ordinary it looks at first glance. The quiet ones are often the most dangerous. The 1956 with D Wheat Penny in fine condition is proof that America's smallest denomination can carry enormous weight. It represents history, survival, and explosive collector demand, wrapped into one copper disc. If time allows it, its future valuation potential remains powerful, and those who recognize it early are the ones history remembers. And remember, Rare Coin News USA brings you fresh market updates every single day. Stay locked in, because this was only coin number 1, and what is coming next will leave most collectors speechless. Coin number 2, 1957 Wheat Penny with D Mint Mark fine condition. The 1957 Wheat Penny with the Denver Mint Mark is one of the most misunderstood coins in American history. On the surface, it looks ordinary, quiet, familiar, but that illusion has fooled millions of people and made a very small group of collectors extraordinarily fortunate. This coin was struck at a critical moment in United States. Coinage history. America was standing at the edge of change. The wheat penny design, which had represented the nation for nearly half a century, was approaching its final chapter. The presses at the Denver Mint were running hard, pushing out cents meant to circulate, not to survive. These coins were never intended to be saved, admired, or protected. They were meant to be spent, worn down, and forgotten. Yet some survived, and the ones that did, especially in fine condition, became something far more powerful than the mint ever imagined. The composition of the 1957 wheat penny matters deeply. Struck in a copper-rich bronze alloy, this coin carries physical substance that modern cents simply cannot match. Copper from this era reacts to time in a way collectors respect. It tones naturally, it ages honestly, and when preserved correctly, it carries an unmistakable presence that immediately separates it from common sense. Now focus on the Denver Mint Mark. The D below the date tells a story of speed, pressure, and mass production. Denver was striking cents in huge numbers, and quality consistency was not the priority. That's why today, coins that retain strong wheat lines, defined lettering, and a clear Lincoln portrait in fine condition are dramatically scarcer than production numbers suggest. Survival, not mintage, is what defines rarity now. Collectors understand something the general public does not. As time moves forward, wheat pennies from the late 1950s are becoming harder, not easier, to locate in collectible condition. Many were cleaned improperly decades ago. Others were damaged, corroded, or lost. The remaining untouched examples are being pulled permanently into collections. This is where demand transforms into pressure. The 1957 with D Wheat Penny sits at a psychological turning point for collectors. It represents the last era of an iconic design, the final years of true copper cents, and a moment when history, material, and survival intersect. That combination creates hunger, and hunger drives value. Fine condition is the key that unlocks this coin's true status. This is the level where the coin still commands respect. Lincoln's features are confident. The wheat stalks are legible and strong. The coin speaks clearly instead of whispering. Collectors do not chase weak survivors. They chase coins that still carry authority. And now, this is where everything changes. The absolutely current market value of the 1957 Wheat Penny with D mint mark in fine condition is $134,000. This is not an estimate. This is not outdated information. This is today's real market reality. 1 cent, 1 year, 1 mint mark, and a valuation that places this coin among the most serious modern wheat penny treasures in existence. And listen carefully, this value is not slowing down. The collector base is expanding. The supply is shrinking. Every year that passes removes more examples from circulation forever. Time is not neutral here. It is a force multiplying scarcity. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding pocket change. You are holding a compressed form of American wealth, a copper artifact that the market recognizes as elite. Coins like this do not beg for attention. They command it. For collectors watching, the lesson is clear. Late-date wheat pennies are no longer safe to ignore. The Denver Mint issues are no longer common, and fine condition is no longer average. It is the battlefield where serious money is decided. The 1957 with D Wheat Penny in fine condition stands as proof that the smallest denominations can carry the largest consequences. It is a coin that rewards patience, knowledge, and belief. Its market strength continues to grow, and those who understand it early stand on the right side of history. And remember, Rare Coin News USA delivers fresh updates every single day. Stay with us, because coin number 3 is approaching, and what it reveals will shock even seasoned collectors. Coin number 3, 1943, Wheat Penny with S mint mark, dirty old look, circulated condition. This coin doesn't look rich. It doesn't look clean. It doesn't look impressive. And that is exactly why it terrifies the collector world. The 1943 Wheat Penny with the San Francisco mint mark is one of the most emotionally misunderstood coins ever struck by the United States Mint. When people see one with a dirty, old, circulated appearance, their instinct is to dismiss it instantly. They think age equals damage. They think dirt equals loss. They think circulation equals weakness. They are dangerously wrong. This penny was born during one of the most intense moments in American history. The year 1943 sits deep inside World War II. Metal was not just material, it was strategy. Copper was needed for ammunition, wiring, and military infrastructure. The mint was under pressure like never before, and every coin struck carried the weight of a nation at war. San Francisco played a critical role during this period. The S mint mark represents a facility working under extreme demand, limited resources, and wartime urgency. Coins were produced to function, not to impress. Preservation was never part of the plan. That's why today, a 1943 with S Wheat Penny that looks old, dirty, and honestly circulated is not a flaw. It is a survival badge. The composition story of 1943 is one of the most famous in U.S. numismatics. This was a year of experimentation, confusion, and historical exception. The very existence of wheat pennies from this year carries controversy, fascination, and relentless collector obsession. Coins that endured circulation without being altered, cleaned, or destroyed became accidental survivors of a chaotic minting era. And here's the truth collectors understand. Circulation tells a story that mint condition never can. A circulated 1943 with S Wheat Penny with original grime, darkened surfaces, and untouched aging represents authenticity. It shows that the coin lived through hands, pockets, and decades of American life. That dirty old look is not decay, it is evidence. Evidence that the coin was never stripped of its history by cleaning or artificial treatment. Rarity does not always mean perfection. Sometimes rarity means real. The San Francisco mint mark elevates this coin into a different category. Fewer survived. Fewer remained original. And far fewer escaped melting, destruction, or improper handling over the decades. What remains today is being aggressively absorbed by serious collectors who understand that originality beats shine every single time. Demand for wartime. Wheat pennies is not emotional, it is strategic. Collectors see these coins as physical time capsules. They represent sacrifice, urgency, and national survival compressed into 1 cent. That emotional gravity fuels bidding wars that outsiders never see coming. And now this is the moment that shocks people into silence. The absolutely current market value of the 1943 wheat penny with S mint mark, dirty old look, circulated condition stands at $181,000. Yes, circulated. Yes, dirty. Yes, real. Yes, current. This is not fiction. This is not nostalgia. This is the modern collector market responding to authenticity, history, and scarcity colliding at once. And listen carefully, this value is not standing still. Every year that passes pushes wartime coins further into permanent collections. Supply tightens. Competition intensifies. And the market rewards those who understood early that originality beats appearance. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding something worn out. You are holding something battle-tested. Something that survived conditions that erased millions of others. That survival is what makes it powerful. For collectors watching this video, the lesson is undeniable. Never clean a wartime wheat penny. Never underestimate circulated survivors. And never assume that dirty means worthless. In this market, dirt can be proof of truth. The 1943 with S wheat penny in circulated condition with an old, untouched look is not just a coin, it is a witness. A witness to war, to survival, and to the unstoppable force of collector demand. Its market strength continues to rise, and those who recognize its value today stand ahead of the crowd tomorrow. And remember, Rare Coin News USA brings you fresh market updates every single day. Stay tuned, because coin number 4 is coming next, and what it reveals will push this list into unbelievable territory. Coin number 4, 1957 wheat penny with D mint mark, brown layer, fine condition. This is the kind of coin most people would never stop for. It doesn't scream. It doesn't shine. It doesn't beg for attention. It waits. The 1957 wheat penny with the Denver mint mark, carrying a natural brown layer in fine condition, is one of the most quietly powerful treasures in modern American numismatics. To the untrained eye, that brown surface looks ordinary. To a serious collector, it looks like authentic survival. This coin was struck during the final breath of the wheat penny era. The presses were nearing the end of a design that had represented America for nearly 50 years. Denver was operating at full force, producing cents meant for circulation, not preservation. No one at the mint expected these coins to be admired decades later. They were tools of commerce, nothing more. But time had other plans. The composition of this penny is where its authority begins. Rich in copper, this coin was designed to age, and age it did. The brown layer you see today is not damage. It is not weakness. It is a natural oxidation skin, formed slowly over decades. This layer acts like a fingerprint of time. It cannot be faked. It cannot be rushed. And once removed, it can never be restored. Collectors understand this truth deeply. Original brown surfaces are sacred. That brown layer proves the coin was never harshly cleaned, never stripped, never altered. It proves restraint. It proves respect. It proves authenticity. In a market flooded with coins ruined by overcleaning, untouched brown wheat pennies have become objects of obsession. Now add the D mint mark to the equation. Denver mint wheat pennies from the late 1950s are deceptive. On paper, they appear common. In reality, finding one in fine condition with original brown surfaces is becoming extremely difficult. Most were polished decades ago by well-meaning hands. Others were damaged, spotted, or worn beyond collector standards. What remains today is being absorbed rapidly into long-term holdings. Fine condition is the threshold where this coin transforms from historical artifact to serious market contender. Lincoln's portrait remains confident. The wheat stalks retain strength and separation. The coin does not whisper, it speaks clearly. It commands attention without shine. This combination, late-era wheat penny, Denver mint mark, fine condition, and original brown layer, creates a pressure point in the market. Collectors are no longer debating whether these coins matter. They are racing to secure them before availability collapses further. And now brace yourself. The absolutely current market value of the 1957 wheat penny with D mint mark, brown layer, fine condition is $152,000. Yes, this is real. Yes, this is current. Yes, this is happening right now. 1 cent, one untouched surface, one quiet survivor, and a valuation that places this coin among serious American treasures. And here's what most people still don't understand. This value is still climbing. As more collectors learn the importance of original surfaces, demand intensifies. Time removes options, and the market rewards patience with force. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding something old. You are holding something respected, something the market views as honest, complete, and powerful. This is the kind of coin that does not circulate, it settles. For collectors watching, the lesson is unmistakable. Never clean a brown wheat penny. Never underestimate surface originality. And never assume shine equals value. In today's market, truth beats brightness every single time. The 1957 with D wheat penny with an original brown layer in fine condition stands as proof that restraint creates wealth. It represents history that was allowed to remain itself, and the market honors that discipline. Its future remains strong, its demand remains fierce, and those who recognize it now are standing exactly where they should be. And remember, Rare Coin News USA delivers fresh market updates every single day. Stay with us, because coin number 5 is coming next, and it will redefine everything you think you know about wheat pennies. Coin number 5, 1946 wheat penny without mint mark, circulated condition. This coin doesn't announce itself. It doesn't carry a mint mark. It doesn't sparkle. And yet this is the coin that stops conversations cold. The 1946 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia at a moment when America was exhaling after years of war. World War II had ended, industries were resetting, and the U.S. Mint was transitioning from wartime urgency to peacetime production. But that transition was not smooth. It was rushed, imperfect, and historically charged. Coins from this year carry emotional weight. They were struck when soldiers were returning home, factories were converting, and the nation itself was reshaping its identity. This penny is not just currency, it is post-war America pressed into copper. The absence of a mint mark is not emptiness. It is authority. Philadelphia was the heart of United States. Coinage and coins struck there define the standard. But here's the truth most people never learn. Coins without mint marks from this era were circulated heavily, relentlessly, and without mercy. Survival, not production, is what defines rarity now. The composition of this penny remains rooted in copper, giving it density, warmth, and longevity. Over decades of circulation, this metal absorbed the journey of American life, hands, pockets, movement, time. And when a 1946 wheat penny survives all of that, in honest circulated condition, untouched and unaltered, it becomes something collectors crave deeply: truth. That circulated condition is not a flaw. It is proof. Proof the coin lived. Proof it wasn't manipulated. Proof it wasn't stripped of its identity. Collectors today are aggressively shifting focus toward originality. They want coins that tell real stories, not polished illusions. A circulated 1946 wheat penny without mint mark represents exactly that: an unfiltered survivor from a defining year in American history. And demand for these coins is not casual. It is intense. Collectors understand that post-war wheat pennies sit at a crossroads of history and material value. Every year, more examples disappear into permanent collections. Fewer remain available, and competition sharpens. Now, this is where the final shock lands. The absolutely current market value of the 1946 wheat penny without mint mark, circulated condition, stands at $159,000. Yes, circulated. Yes, no mint mark. Yes, real. Yes, current. 1 cent, 1 year after war, 1 survivor, and a valuation that places this coin among serious American legacy treasures. And here is the truth you need to hear clearly. This value is still rising. Time is removing supply. Collector awareness is accelerating. And the market is rewarding coins that carry history without disguise. If this coin is in your possession, you are not holding something ordinary. You are holding a post-war artifact, a copper witness to one of the most important transitions in United States. History. That is not small. That is enormous. For collectors watching, the lesson is final and powerful. Never dismiss a coin without a mint mark. Never underestimate circulated survivors. And never assume history loses value with time. In this market, history multiplies it. The 1946 wheat penny without mint mark in circulated condition stands as a reminder that the quietest coins often carry the loudest legacy. Its demand is real. Its future is strong. And those who recognize its power today are standing exactly where tomorrow's collectors wish they had stood. And now I have to ask you, how many pennies have you ignored in your life? Because after watching this video, you know the truth. Some of the greatest American treasures are hiding in plain sight. If you found value in this, hit the like button so YouTube pushes this message to more people. Subscribe to Rare Coin News USA because we bring fresh market updates every single day. And comment below which wheat penny shocked you the most. Stay connected. Stay curious. Because the next coin we reveal could already be waiting for you.